WWE superstars went to hell and back during a monumental night at WWE Hell in a Cell. Hello everyone, I am Mackenzie Mitchell for WWE Now with all the results from a spectacular night in Chicago. The mind games of Seth freaking Rollins continued in this bitter rivalry as he entered Hell in a Cell wearing an outfit inspired by Dusty Rhodes. Despite being nowhere near 100%, Cody Rhodes opted to fight through the pain of a torn pectoral tendon, revealing the extent of his injuries to the delight of Seth Rollins. To the visionary, Rhodes' bruises were like a bullseye as Rollins sadistically targeted the injury in a vicious showdown. Rhodes valiantly endured his injuries and the assorted weapons littered throughout the demonic structure as the two superstars brutalized one another. After trading knockout blows, Rhodes caught Rollins with a pair of crossroads and delivered a huge strike with a sledgehammer to pick up the win. Spurred on by his hometown crowd, a fresh Mustafa Ali looked to prove he could beat Theory in a fair one-on-one fight. Ali showed out for the Chicago faithful with his fast-paced and unique style of offense, but Mr. McMahon's star pupil used everything he learned to continually frustrate Ali. The United States champion targeted Ali's leg, rolling out of the way of a 360 splash to cut down Ali with a chop block and an 8-count down to secure the 1-2-3 and retain his title. No one was still smiling when Madcap Moss squared off with his former employer Happy Corbin in a brutal no-holds-barred match. With employee Moss now buried, Madcap was quick to get retribution on his former employer from sending him to the hospital as both superstars took advantage of a no-holds-barred stipulation. As the WWE Universe pleaded for tables, two former friends battered one another with steel chairs before Moss tossed Corbin into the ring steps. Moss then gave Corbin a taste of his own medicine by wrapping a chair around his neck and slamming the steel steps down on the top of it before covering Corbin for the pin. High atop his mountain of omnipotence, Edge and his Saints of Fate looked to pass sentences on AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan. The animosity between all six superstars were apparent from the start as chaos broke out before the opening bell rang, leaving Rhea Ripley to fend for herself against a furious Morgan and company. After a heated back-and-forth battle, it looked as if the combined might of Styles, Balor, and Morgan would prove to be too much for the Judgment Day as Balor climbed the top for a coup de grace, but Rhea Ripley stepped in to prevent Balor from taking flight. Edge took advantage of the distraction and speared Balor to earn the victory. Furious about his failed attempts to prove Ezekiel is actually Elias, Kevin Owens decided to take his frustrations out in the ring. Owens looked to beat the truth out of Ezekiel, but it only fired up Elias's younger brother as the newcomer showed he could hang with the best, despite it being his first premium live event. As Ezekiel looked to keep his foot on the gas by going high risk, Owens caught him with a super kick on the top rope to set Ezekiel up for a stunner as KO yelled, "You are Elias," to score the pinfall. The odds were stacked against the Almighty as he faced off against Nigerian giant Omos and his former manager MVP. Unafraid, Bobby Lashley went right after Omos, but the numbers game quickly caught up with him as MVP made his presence felt at ringside. Lashley continued to fight through the adversity, somehow surviving the 2-on-1 assault and a devastating shoulder tackle through the barricade by Omos. After a surprise appearance by Cedric Alexander, Lashley took advantage of the confusion to chop Omos in half with a spear before clenching in the Hurt Lock on MVP to form a tap-out. Becky Lynch's inspirational rise back to the top of WWE took a sharp turn when Asuka made a shocking return to Raw and defeated big-time Bex to earn a title opportunity at Hell in a Cell. After weaseling her way into the championship match, Lynch battled both her fury toward Asuka and her drive to reclaim the Raw Women's Championship from Bianca Belair in a thrilling triple threat match. Lynch picked her spots carefully throughout a chaotic match, but she was not ready for Asuka as the Empress of Tomorrow laid waste to both competitors. Just when it looked like Lynch had the match won with a manhandle slam, the EST of WWE took a page out of the man's book and tossed her out of the ring to cover Asuka and retain her title. With scores settled and champions retaining, find out what's next for Belair, Theory, Rhodes, and the rest of the WWE locker room this Monday on Raw at 8/7 Central on the USA Network.